Welcome, this is Dan Havey with Real Network Marketing Secrets, and in this series of videos, we're going to go through how to set up the auto-recruiting funnel that you're getting from your Hack MLM site. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to go to day 18 of the Hack MLM site, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom, because what I want to start off with is just walking through exactly what this funnel is going to look like. If you're not used to working with funnels, if you're not used to using funnels, best place to start is to really look at a funnel map. And so let's pull up that funnel map and see what we're all going to have. It's just basically a series of web pages that are going to walk people through linearly, step by step, from one page to the next. That's really what a funnel is. It's nothing more than a linear process that you take people through. So you're going to start over here with some sort of an ad or Facebook post or anything. It could be a blog, a video, anything over here that's going to create some traffic, and you're going to send them with a link to this very first page, and then they're going to walk through page by page through the funnel. Now, once the person signs up, then they're also going to be put onto an email list, and that email list is going to then send them out to other pages within our funnel in order to keep building on the reputation and getting people involved and getting people in. And ultimately, every funnel has to have a result in mind. And in our case here, ultimately, we want them to join our MLM. So let's take a look. So like I said, you got an ad coming in, and we're going to come into the very first page. You're going to start off on that first page. There's going to be a headline, then a testimonial video below it. And I'll show you this as we go along on a live example, and then also the example that we have for the funnel that we're going to build out. Below that, you're going to have a button. And anywhere on this page, when you click on the button, it's going to open up this pop-up. It's going to, again, be a headline on the pop-up. You're going to be able to enter your email and then click to apply. And whenever they do that, then they will then move to the next step in the funnel. So below this top section, we have more sections. And the one that I'm going to show you, they're all going to be slightly different than what this map is, but you're going to get the general idea of how this works. So on this very first page, this is essentially a sales page here. You're going to have videos down here of people saying nice things about you, nice testimonials about you. And then there's going to be an area that's going to say, okay, this is what you're going to get if you join my downline. And it'll be a whole list of things. We call it either a stack or selling money at a discount. And we'll go into that in a minute. And then below that, again, we're going to have some more social proof below it. And then a question is this for me? And if somebody clicks on that, again, it opens up the pop-up, and then we're going to have a Facebook element at the very bottom of the page. So let me show you what that looks like on Steve's actual site. Let me scroll back up to the top. So like I said, we have a headline to begin with. Then we have a testimonial from Don Hobbs, who's a world-famous real estate trainer. And then we have the button. And again, if we click on this button, the pop-up opens. It's got a headline, put in your name, email, phone number, and then a button to click. And then also what's built in here is if somebody exits the page, they run off the top of the page. Well, it must not be working because I already hit the button once. It'll actually pop up that pop-up as well if we go off the page. So then below here it says how to join my downline. Simple. Click above to apply. So we click this button. Jump on the phone with us and get my team's recruiting and sales system. Well, below that we have the list of what is in his sales system. And like I said, this is known as a stack, or selling money as a discount is what Dan Kennedy would call it. Because what we do is for every item that we lay out what it is that they're going to get, we put a value on it. And then down at the bottom, we tally up that value. So you're getting $4,000 worth of value. But if you buy it today, it's only $397. Well, of course, there's no way for them to buy it. So what they're going to do is they're going to get it for free if they're accepted into the downline. So when you build out your funnel, you're going to want to put in all your stuff here. You can obviously keep the same fonts if that matches what your site looks like. You can keep the images, you can keep the colors, and we'll talk more about fonts and colors and images when we get into the actual funnel build, because you're going to want your site to look like the site that it eventually is going to go to. So if you're selling for Herbalife, you're going to want it to be greens. If you're selling for Amway, you're going to want it to be whatever Amway colors are. So whatever your MLM is, by the time you get there, you want your site to look like their site as much as possible. So you want to be able to emulate the colors, and the texts and the images and the shapes of things and all that. But that's nothing we need to worry about right now. So again, you're going to think about what is your offer that you're going to be giving to your people, and you're just going to put it in here. You're going to give it each a value. You're going to tally it up, and then you're going to say, if you get accepted, it's free. Again, another button which will open up the pop-up. So here it says you need more proof, and this part is not actually in the funnel that you're going to receive. This is really more of a higher level type of a training, which I will do a training video on, but I'm just telling you right now, it's not in the funnel you received. But what this is once on the next page, well, actually 2 pages from now, we're going to see that you fill out a Wufoo form. And then all of the results from the Wufoo form are stuck into a Google Sheet, which is then displayed here on the page. As like I said, there'll be additional training on that after all the rest of the training is done. So again, you get to click. Then you come down here and you say, still not convinced? And this is where we put in all of our video testimonials. And here's an incredibly handsome young man right here giving a nice testimonial for Steve. Another button, more testimonials, more nice things taken off of, a lot of this looks like it's probably taken off of the Facebook and other places like that. So you can put that in, pictures, images, text, however you want to lay out these areas is just fine. Just get as much testimonials and social proof in there as you possibly can. And then when we get down to the bottom, another button, and then it says, Steve, will this work for me? Now, this is a survey element, and I'll show you how to set this up, even though you probably won't have to change this at all. And if somebody clicks on it, any one of the answers, it doesn't matter. It automatically ends the survey and opens up the pop-up. And then again, there is an element down here for your Facebook comments. And again, we'll show you how to set that up. It's just a little bit of code to set that up. Now, if we click on our button, and we put in our name and our email address, we will then go to the next page. And on this page, we have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And so you can read the verbiage up here at the top. You can read the non-disclosure. I know that nobody on earth probably ever will. And then somebody puts in their name, and then they click on this, and they agree, and they move on to the next page. Now you're going to see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, the sync keeps popping up, and this says it's verified by Proof. Proof is a third-party plugin that you can go out. I don't know what it costs, but it's a monthly fee, and it will then pop this up every time that somebody signs up for the applies to your downline. That will all pop up down in the bottom. So let's say I agree, and we're going to move forward. The page is actually set that somebody doesn't even have to put in their name. They just have to click the button. And so then on this page here, we're going to fill out the application. This video right here is, it says right here, origin story. So that's Steve's origin story. So on the first page, he started off with a testimonial from Don Hobbs, and now he's telling his origin story. And we can come over here and we can fill out this form. And actually, we're going to have to fill it out. So let's just do this real quick. How'd you hear about Steve Larson? The podcast is already pre-checked, and I'm just going to check stuff here and just move through this as quickly as possible. Let me put in test so Steve knows to take this out when I'm done. Click on the next page. And obviously, I'm going through this really quickly. You can read what it says on the screen, and I will just fill this out so we can keep moving through the process, but I'll give you a few seconds to be able to pause the video and read what is on the screen so you get an idea of what you could possibly put into your survey form. And this one here in particular is built in Wufoo. You can do this in Wufoo or in Google Forms. And I will have additional training on how to do this at the bottom of these videos. So we get here, and let me just scroll down to the bottom. So he's got a little bit more social proof here about this guy, John Drew, who did 200 in 2 weeks. And you also notice on all the pages, you must have a footer, terms, privacy support, and I'll have additional training on that later as well. So now we hit submit. Says it's redirecting. Now we come to this page, application received, and it says, Steve, what MLM are you in? And here's a video of Steve talking to some of the higher ups over at Prove It. And then he mentions that he's in Russell's direct downline, and I'm directly under Steve in his downline as well. And then it tells you down at the bottom what you need to do to get started. And in his case, he has people going to having call him on a phone number. So you put in all your information, you put in your phone number, you put in your email address. So they're going to start marketing to you. They may reach out to you by phone, but what they're really looking to have people do is to call them directly. He says that somebody who calls you is worth 8 times what somebody who doesn't call you is worth. So let's scroll down and see what he says here. So like I said, it's we require a phone call and blah, blah, blah. And here's the phone number. You can skip the line and make the phone call. Now, and then below that, we got the not convinced yet. We got more video testimonials and then the Facebook plug-in again at the very bottom. Now, let's say you don't want to have people calling you and you don't want to have to be calling them. You want to send them directly straight away into your MLM and just have them sign up from there, or you want to make them jump through some other hoops. That's right in here is where we would change that. If you want to put in some links here, if you want to obviously change the words on the page, all that can be done. And then you can just shoot them off to an application page right within your MLM. However you want to handle it, you can change that all right here. So that's really it for this funnel. There are other pages that we'll go into as we get into setting everything up, but those come into play when somebody starts receiving their email. So they opted in, but they didn't make the phone call. They didn't get signed up yet. They're going to continue to get emails daily from Steve. And what that's going to do then is that's going to bring them back into the funnel and show them different videos and different training in order to get them to go back and apply. So that's it for right now. What we're going to go into in the next video is getting into ClickFunnels. I'm going to show you how to load the funnels up into your account and then how to do the beginning basic setup to get your account ready to go. And then after that, in the third video, we're going to jump in and start fixing up the funnel. I'll show you how to walk through how to change some minor things inside of the funnel itself, just so you can change everything so that it fits for you, fits for your MLM, fits for what you want to say, and fits for how you want them to be handled once they get to the point of wanting to apply for your downline. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.